technology for the layman, for the whole household. Some people think that it's kind of rocket science, only for the scientists and the university. But the world is changing, so PC is spreading very fast. But at the time, still, it's not kind of business, traditional business. So many people are reluctant to open the school. But for me, in fact, I can spend a lot, much more than I expected. But in 1999 to 2002, only 7 months later, and then that time I got a lot of disappointment, a lot of, in fact, you can say that a lot of problem. So that I think we should sit back and think again.
For you,
please.
And number one is, and you have over 20 million US dollar revenue a year. Is it just for the service you provided or the product you sell?
We have access. One is vocational training, and then academic qualification, international qualification. Those are the education side, training education side. Of course, we are also trader. We import. We
talk about his Cambodian lesson. That also validates out the point that I mentioned yesterday, that if you want to be a franchisor, make sure you do your due diligence and investigate the market as well as competition. And then you also mentioned this morning that you may need to contact other franchisees in other countries to share their experience.
What I plan to do is to talk about the types of disputes, of course we must remember while we talk of franchise agreements that most of the big disputes where both the parties were eventually conducted, were very confidentially resolved. And the reason for that is that franchisors and franchisees, they are so close in partnership with each other that they come to know a lot of each other's secrets. Not only does the franchisee know the franchisor's secrets, but the franchisor comes to know the way the franchisee thinks, his contacts, his enemies, his friends in the government maybe. Because of all those reasons, they don't want to go against each other in a court of law, where anything may be written about in the pleadings and may expose the other. And because of that reason, they try to resolve the disputes out of court. And so if you look up the law books, you will find tons and tons of law reports on trademark cases and patent cases and copyright cases, but very few reported decisions on franchising because of this reason. So it's on account of that that your reading of case law will be quite, will be difficult. You won't find so much of material. I will also touch on software and music licensing disputes, although they are out of the realm of franchising, but they teach us a thing or two about what are the kind of typical licensing related disputes. And those stories and the lessons to learn from those stories will also be equally applicable in dealing with a typical franchise situation. So the type of disputes. First and foremost, substandard quality. And this is one big head where a lot of complaints that franchisors have is that the franchisee has dropped his quality and there are complaints which are being made by consumers. The second is violation of local laws. I mentioned this point yesterday, such as the building laws not being complied with, or laws relating to special permissions that may be required from technical boards, and so on. Tax laws, excise and customs laws. So violation of local laws, packaging laws, Prevention of Food Adulteration Act, where there may be very strict liability issues, and so the franchisor has to be very careful. Then non-payment of fees. The franchisor is concerned that his fees should be paid and paid on time.
In India, yeah, traditional knowledge belongs to the community. So, is there any incident about the traditional cultural expression which has been transferred to licensing in India?
Of what you mean by cultural expression? What do you mean by cultural expression?
Traditional cultural expression, for example, dance.
Oh, dance.
Yes.
Dance and music and all. Yes. Well, let me say this. A couple of years ago, 2 of our ministries were concerned with building a law on traditional knowledge. I was asked to write the law, so I wrote a law which I...
Indian dance. Indian dance system, system is a, can we consider the nation brand? No?
Nation brand.
Indian dance.
And also work for Civil Service Selection Board since 1973 until to 1989 at the Yangon Division General Administration Department, also running the media business in Myanmar. Now he will conduct the topic is the business opportunity to enterprises. Mr. Choudhary, please, sir.
Thank you, MC. So, interview ဝင်လိုက်တဲ့အခါမှာတော်များတန်းတောင်းလုပ်ခံရတယ်။ဒီလုပ်ငန်းတွေအကြောင်းကိုဘာမှမသိဘူး။ဒီလက်မှတ်တော့ကင်ထားတာပေါ့နော်။တကယ်တော့အဲ့ခက်ခဲတဲ့ area တွေကျွန်တော်တို့တွေကလေ့လာပြီးတဲ့အတွက်ကိုဒီမှာကျွန်တော်တင်တန်းတွေကလည်းလုပ်ကြည့်ပေးတာအတွက်ဒီလူငယ်တွေကိုလည်းကျွန်တော်တို့ရည်ရွယ်တယ်။သူတို့ကိုကြတော့လုပ်ငန်းခွင်ရဲ့အခြေအနေလုပ်ငန်းခွင်ရဲ့အနေအထားလေးကိုနည်းနည်းတိခောက်ပြီးအောင်လုပ်ပေးလိုက်တယ်။